I am Keshweta, studying BPT second year in Sri Indira Ganeshan Institute of Medical Science, College of Physiotherapy. In this presentation, we'll discuss about the topic connective tissue in biomechanics under joint structure and function. Let's move on to the topic. Basically, our body is made up of four types of tissue: epithelial, connective, muscular, nervous. The tissue that make up the actual joint structure is the connective tissue in a body. The connective tissue is of four classes: connective tissue proper, cartilage, bone, blood. The first class connective tissue is of two types: loose, dense. Loose comprises of areolar, adipose, reticular. Dense comprises of regular, irregular, and elastic fibers. Talking about the second class, cartilage. Cartilage is of three types: hyaline cartilage, fibrocartilage, elastic cartilage. The third class is bone. Bone is of two types: compact bone, spongy bone. The fourth class is blood. Joint structures include many connective tissues: bone, bursa, capsule, disc, fat pads, labra, menisci, plates, ligaments, and tendons. The function of tissues such as nerves and muscle depends on cell structure and function. Whereas in the case of connective tissue cells, they differentiate and change the type of extracellular matrix they produce given the appropriate environment or stimuli. Let's discuss this with an example. As we all know, the fibroblast is the basic cell. These cells specialize to become chondroblast, cartilage, tenoblast, tendon, osteoblast, bone. These blasts further specialize to become fibrocytes, chondrocytes, osteocytes. Connective tissue is of two: dispersed cells, large volume of extracellular matrix. Talking about the cell of connective tissue are derived from mesenchymal percussive cells present in the bone marrow that differentiate to different connective tissue cells. Extracellular matrix, it comprises of entire volume of tissue other than the cell, and these determine a specific tissue's function. As we have discussed, this is the cell, this is the extracellular matrix. Cell comprises of integrin. Extracellular matrix comprises of collagen fibers, elastin fibers. So these two make up a connective tissue. Cell is of two: fixed, transitioned. Fixed examples are fibroblast, chondroblast, osteoblast, mast cell, adipose tissue. Transitioned examples are lymphocyte, neutrophils, macrophage, plasma cells. Fixed are cells which stay in a particular location and then specialize to form tissue. Transitioned are cells which are in movement. Let's discuss some fixed connective tissue cell types. Fibroblast. It is located in tendon and it creates type 1 collagen. Chondroblast is located in cartilage and this produces type 2 collagen. Osteoblast, it is located in bone and it also produces type 1 collagen. Osteoclast is a bone monocyte derived cell and this is responsible for bone resorption. Adipose cells, it is present in adipose tissue and it produces and stores fat. Let's discuss some transition connective tissue cell types. Lymphocyte, located in WBC and it has surface protein responsible for antigen action. Neutrophil, it is also a type of WBC cell. This produces immunity and helps in fighting infection. Macrophage, it is derived from monocyte and is responsible for immune response. Plasma cell is located in B lymphocyte cells and this produces antibodies. As we have already seen, Blast is the basic cell of most connective tissue. The important function of this fibroblast is production of type 1 collagen. This type 1 collagen comprises of 90% of body collagen. As we see, this is the structure of a fibroblast. Now let's move on to extracellular matrix. Extracellular matrix comprises of fibrillar component, interfibrillar component. Some examples of fibrillar component are type 1 collagen, type 2 collagen, type 12 collagen. Some examples of interfibrillar component are glycoprotein, proteoglycan, water. Fibrillar component comprises of two fibers, collagen, elastin. As we see here, extracellular matrix is of collagen fibers and elastin fibers. It also has fibroblast basic cell unit, GAG, which is proteoglycan glycoprotein. Now let's brief about collagen. It accounts for 25 to 30% of all protein in the body. It is responsible for functional integrity of collagen type structure and resistance to tensile forces in the muscles. It accounts for 90% of total collagen in the body, and in relaxed tissues, they form a wavy configuration called crimp. Crimp is an important 2-mark question in university exams. Now let's see the basic structure of collagen. The basic building block of collagen is triple helix of polypeptide chain. This move on and form tropocollagen molecule, and this molecule differentiate into microfibril and fibrils. Now let's see elastin. Elastin is a basic building block of collagen. The structure of elastin is single alpha-like strands, and these cross-link to form elastin fiber. They are found in skin, tracheobronchial tree, and walls of arteries. Basically, if you see a tissue, the presence of collagen is more rather than elastin. Now let's see interfibrillar component. Interfibrillar component is of 2, water, protein. Proteoglycan, these are distinguished by the protein core and by attached GAGs. Attract water through their attached GAGs, regulate collagen fibril size, may attach to hyaluronate to form large aggregating structures. They are increased in tissues subjected to alternating cycles of compression. Aggregan. One large cartilage of proteoglycan is called aggregan. Aggregan molecules in the extracellular matrix do not exist in isolation but has proteoglycan aggregates. These large aggregates with their attached chondroitin sulfate and keratin sulfate chains of GAGs. These are largely responsible for water building characteristics. In this picture, you can see the structure of proteoglycan. Collagen particles. As we have already seen, connective tissue comprises of cell and extracellular matrix. Now let's move on to specific connective tissue structures. They are ligaments, tendons, bursa, cartilage, bone. Ligaments. Ligament connect bone to another, usually at or near a joint. Ligaments are heterogeneous in structure, containing a small amount of cell and a large amount of extracellular matrix. Proteoglycan contribute only about 0.2% of the tissue dry weight and contain primary dermatin sulfate GAG. The arrangement of collagen fibers and collagen elastin fiber ratio in various ligaments determines the stability and allow mobility to the joint. This is an example of a ligament in a knee. Tendons. Tendons connect muscle to bone and transmit forces developed by the muscle to their bony attachment. Tendon have two types of bony attachment, fibrocartilaginous, fibrous. The attachment of tendon to muscle at the myotendinous junction comprises integration between collagen fiber and muscle cells. These are the examples of tendon. Bursa. Bursa are flat sacs of synovial membrane in which the inner sides of sac are separated by a fluid film. Bursa are found and located between tendon and bone, bone and skin, muscle and bone, ligament and bone. Subtendinous bursa lie between tendon and bone. Submuscular bursa lie between muscle and bone. This is the structure of a typical bursa. This is an example of bursa in a knee. As you can see, prepatellar bursa, suprapatellar bursa, infrapatellar fat which is present. Cartilage. Cartilage contains type 2 collagen and large amount of aggregating proteoglycan. Cartilage is of three types as we have already seen: fibrocartilage, elastic cartilage, hyaline cartilage. When the cartilage is compressed, some of the fluid content of the cartilage excludes the joint space through pores in the outermost collagen. The fluid goes back to the cartilage when fluid is removed. Here is the structure of cartilage. This is an articular cartilage. Here is the structure of articular cartilage. We have finished with the topic. This slide shows how the questions are asked in university exams. It is a question paper analysis. Describe the tissue present in human joint and mention general effect of injury and disease. The answer should be written for the first part of the question. Explain general properties of connective tissue. Hope you understood the topic. Thank you.